Hello, my name is Irene Sanchez and I'm going to do a demonstration on how to use Lisa Pavelka's Magic Gloss, also Diamond Glaze, to set some images into these beautiful heirloom heart bezels from TierraCast. We're going to be using Scotch tape, the Magic Gloss, a little bit of crazy glue, the Diamond Glaze, a toothpick, the punch that is manufactured by Marvy, sold at Michael's, and a paintbrush. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some Scotch tape and I'm going to tape over the image that I'm going to use, as well as on the back. Then I'm going to place the paper into my punch, lining it up right where I want it. The purpose for the tape is to coat the paper so that the Diamond Glaze or the Magic Gloss don't seep into the paper. The first one that I did is just an image out of something that I printed offline. The second one that I'm going to do is just something that I tore out of a magazine. Old bead magazines work really well for this. There's a lot of very colorful, pretty images. And I'm going to line it up in here. So there we have some more images. Now, to glue those into the bezel, I'm going to use a very small amount of crazy glue. What I'm going to do is put a little bit out on a piece of paper, and I'm going to use my paintbrush to pick it up and put it in the bezel. The purpose for that is I want a really small amount, like really thin coat, because it has to dry before I put my other coating in there. So I have my glue. Now I'm going to take my image and set it in. When you set your image in, use the back side of your paintbrush to just burnish it down. You want to make sure that all the sides are down, nothing popped up. The purpose is if an air pocket sets under there, after you put your three-dimensional coating, whatever it is, if there's an air pocket, the bubble will make its way up to the top, and you'll end up with a bubble on your image. I'm going to say that working with any of the three-dimensional coatings, the biggest challenge of it all is not getting a bubble in your piece. You can get rid of bubbles, but then if there's a pocket underneath your picture, a bubble will work its way back up to the top. So I have some glue, and now I'm going to place another image in here. Come here, baby. I'm going to use my paintbrush again to get it all down. There we go. Now the first thing I'm going to use is the Lisa Pavelka's Magic Gloss. This is a really great product. I'm going to squeeze a very small amount out to make sure that I don't have an air bubble in there. I'm just going to work it down. Actually, I think I've got all the air out. So now I'm going to come over to my image, and I'm going to put in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to say 4 drops will be good. And it looks pretty good. I don't even see any bubbles in there. I'm going to take my toothpick and move it around, kind of drag it to the edges, and it looks really good. Like I don't have any air bubbles. You don't ever want to shake the bottle of the Magic Gloss because that will attract bubbles. I see a tiny one. You If you do see any small bubbles, just pull them to the side and pop them. Now, if by chance I haven't burnished it down good enough, air bubbles will make their way to the top. So you want to sit and look at it for about a minute just to make sure that nothing's going to come up from the underside and cause a problem. Okay, so for the one that I'm using with the Magic Gloss, I have this UV light. You can get this UV light from Beadsmith or from your local beauty supply. I'm going to carefully pick up my bezel and set it in the light. It takes approximately 15 minutes for that to harden, and they really come out beautiful. Here's a piece that we completed with our oval ring and a little piece of ribbon and a bail also donated from TierraCast. Now on this piece I'm going to use a bit of diamond glaze. This is if you don't have the UV light. Really, diamond glaze works fine. It's not as thick as a coating as the Magic Gloss, but it works good. I'm going to use my paintbrush, a clean paintbrush. I'm just going to pick up the diamond glaze and coat it in there. Now I have in the past dropped drops of diamond glaze in the bezel to try to get a more three-dimensional look, but it takes longer for that to dry. And the purpose of us using this on this Beater's Night Out evening is to make a kind of quick make and take for our customers, or to have them make a quick make and take. So I'm doing a very thin coat with the paintbrush. Now this will dry in 10 minutes. So doing the diamond glaze, we have a 10-minute dry time, and using the Magic Gloss, we have approximately a 15-minute dry time, which both are pretty fast. And here's your finished product. I hope this has helped for anybody who hasn't used these products before, and I hope you have a very successful Beater's Night Out.